we're making it out of that cold water, getting into some warmer areas.
Yeah, and the further back we go, the warmer it's gonna get.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
For countless fans of Swamp People, watching Cheyenne Pickle Wheat evolve from her first appearance in the 12th season to her relationship with Landry Chase and their eventual marriage, followed by the birth of 3 children, has been one of the most captivating stories to unfold on television. Her transformation into a mother of 3, with 2 children of her own, has drawn fans into her world in a way that few other reality TV personalities have. However, amidst her personal journey, one of the most bizarre and unbelievable reports has circulated that has taken many by surprise. Something was allegedly found in the trunk of her car. The claim was so far-fetched that it sparked confusion and speculation, with many questioning its authenticity. This video seeks to delve into this story and shed light on the truth behind the claim. But before we dive into the details, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content just like this. Only a day ago, 2 of Swamp People's most beloved stars made a shocking discovery that would go on to become a pivotal moment in their careers. However, this discovery was not made on the Swamp People series, but rather on a different show titled Swamp Mysteries with Troy Landry. In this spin-off, Cheyenne Pickle Wheat, alongside Troy Landry, Swamp People's own Cajun legend and star of the spin-off series since 2018, embarked on an entirely different kind of adventure. What they uncovered during their journey would send shockwaves through the audience, and it wasn't what they had expected. In the 3rd season, episode 6 of Swamp Mysteries, titled Buried Secrets, Landry had teamed up with local experts for a deep dive into the history of the region. Their mission was to explore one of the oldest mysteries hidden in the swamps of Louisiana, the potential remnants of a lost Native American civilization. What was supposed to be an investigation into ancient history soon became much more than they bargained for. They ventured into the wilderness of Louisiana, relying on their decades of experience, eager to uncover more about this hidden civilization that lay deep within the swamps. As they progressed, they discovered something that completely altered the course of their mission. Not just evidence of a lost civilization, but evidence of life itself. This adventure stood out from the usual Swamp Mysteries episodes. Instead of following the prescribed directives of his team, Troy Landry took a more personal approach, guided by his Cajun uncle's advice. He chose to venture alongside not just Pickle, but also an anthropologist, whose expertise proved crucial. During their hunt, the team discovered some bones that would set the stage for an unexpected and haunting revelation. These bones provided clues that would allow them to trace the roots of the people buried there, offering insight into their burial practices and their connection to the swamp. The first bone discovered was a jawbone, and it immediately struck both Troy and Pickle with a sense of awe and unease. Pickle, who had never experienced anything quite like this, remarked, "This blows my mind. It is a pretty eerie feeling that seeps into your bones when you have a person's jawbone in your hand. You want to kind of put it down and back up a little bit. There's a thick feeling in the air now all of a sudden." Troy, too, was deeply affected by the find, gaining a newfound respect for the hidden history of the Louisiana people. Both of them spoke about the connection they felt to the past, realizing that they were the first people in thousands of years to touch these remains. It's kind of a connection you have with that person. You're the first person that has seen or touched them in thousands of years, they reflected, speaking with reverence for the individuals who had once lived and died in the very swamp they now explored. This wasn't just a thrilling discovery for the show, it was a deeply personal one for both Pickle and Troy. Unearthing these bones felt like a tangible link to their ancestors, a reminder that the swamps were not just a backdrop for their adventures, but a place steeped in history. With the help of the anthropologist, they were able to identify more body parts, fragments of the skull, a scapula, and leg bones. The discovery raised the question, who were these people? Why were they buried here? What did their lives and deaths reveal about the ancient civilization that once inhabited these lands? MonsterandCritics.com described this moment as one of the most unexpected in the show's history. What had started as a historical investigation into a possible lost civilization had quickly turned into something more profound. The discovery of these well-preserved human remains had significant implications for understanding the early inhabitants of the region and their burial practices. For Pickle, this was more than just a shocking find. It was a reminder of the rich, hidden history of the land she called home. She couldn't help but comment on the eerie feeling that washed over her as she held the jawbone, a feeling she would never forget. The local archaeologist who had joined them on the adventure was just as astonished. He noted that the bones had been remarkably well preserved, which was a rarity given the swampy environment. In most cases, the acidic soil would have dissolved the bones over time, leaving no trace behind. But these remains were different. The preservation was extraordinary, providing a unique glimpse into the past that many archaeologists could only dream of. It was a discovery that demanded acknowledgement, one that would shift the way people viewed the history of Louisiana's swamps. As the investigation into the bones deepened, Cheyenne Pickle Wheat's life took another unexpected turn, one that involved sharing her own personal journey with her fans. Known for her active lifestyle, Pickle had always kept her fans updated on her life. But this time, she opened up about her postpartum journey after giving birth to 2 children. Pickle used her social media platforms to document her body's changes, her emotional highs and lows, and the challenges of adjusting to motherhood. Unlike some of her Swamp People co-stars, who prefer to stay away from social media due to their busy schedules, Pickle remained active online, using her platforms as a therapeutic journal to connect with her fans. Pickle's posts became a way for her to share her life in a raw and unfiltered way. She didn't shy away from discussing the difficulties of postpartum blues and the struggles of accepting the changes in her body. She wanted to remind other women that they weren't alone in their journeys. She was not living a perfect life, and she didn't pretend to be. One of her most popular posts featured a close-up of her upper body, showing off her toned physique despite the challenges she had faced after pregnancy. In the caption, she wrote, "My first summer in a one-piece, but Mama still got them guns though." The post was a celebration of her progress, her strength, and her ability to embrace her body despite its changes. The post received over 8,000 likes, and the reaction from her daughter Miami was priceless. For Miami, this was the first time she had seen her mom in a one-piece swimsuit. As Pickle was often seen in jeans and a top, Miami's reaction was pure innocence and admiration. She called her mother pretty. For Pickle, that comment was a reminder of how far she had come and how she had embraced her journey, both physically and emotionally. At the end of the post, Pickle expressed her gratitude for her life and reassured her followers that she wasn't letting her insecurities affect her. It was a powerful message that resonated with many of her fans, particularly women who could relate to her experiences. Pickle also used her Facebook account to share moments of discovery, including one post about a piece of wood she found that glowed at night. In the caption, she wrote, "I've heard of lumber that glows under black light or other types of UV, but never just alone by itself with no interference." This simple discovery became another way for Pickle to engage with her followers, sparking curiosity and wonder in her audience. Her fans loved following her journey, not just in the swamps, but in her personal life as well. The year 2025 marked another chapter in Pickle's life. She announced the birth of her long-awaited second child, a boy named Casey. The news was shared through an Instagram slideshow featuring pictures and videos of the baby. "Thank y'all for being so patient. It's a boy. Everyone meet Casey," Pickle wrote in the caption. The post sparked an outpouring of congratulatory messages from her fans, many of whom celebrated the arrival of Casey as if he were their own. One fan commented, "Congratulations, he's beautiful and is going to grow up to be an alligator hunter like his mama," while another added, "Congratulations to you and the family. Happy big brother and big sister." For the Swamp People fan base, Casey's birth was a shared victory. A few hours later, Pickle posted another video showing how her husband, Josh, had prepared for Casey's arrival. The video gave fans a glimpse into the preparations they made in the weeks leading up to the birth, including shopping for diapers and baby products. Pickle shared footage of herself packing a diaper bag, securing the car seat in their vehicle, and picking out a comfortable outfit for the hospital. Meanwhile, Josh's preparations were more physically demanding, buying dog food, shopping for plants, mowing the lawn, and testing a new pair of sneakers. He kept himself busy while preparing the environment for their new arrival. Pickle captioned the video with, "These events are based on a true story." Her followers responded with messages of empathy and support, as many of them had been through similar phases of pregnancy and parenthood. The video became a way for Pickle to connect with her audience on a deeper level, sharing the real-life experiences that came with preparing for a child. The comments section filled up with stories from women who had gone through similar experiences, reinforcing the sense of community that Pickle had built with her fans. Through all of these experiences, from discoveries in the swamps to her personal journey as a mother and a wife, Pickle Wheat remained a relatable and inspiring figure. Her authenticity, strength, and willingness to share both her triumphs and challenges have made her a beloved figure among Swamp People fans. Whether she's uncovering the mysteries of the Louisiana swamps or celebrating the joys of motherhood, Pickle continues to prove that life in the swamp is about much more than survival. It's about living with purpose, passion, and a deep connection to the land and people around her. Cheyenne Pickle Wheat had always shared her journey with her fans, particularly her pregnancy. She had posted updates and pictures as her body changed, giving her followers a chance to witness her transformation. But there was one detail she kept to herself: her son's birth date. That was one boundary she wasn't willing to cross. For many mothers, keeping such intimate details private is a way of protecting their family, and Pickle was no exception. Despite sharing so much of her life online, she kept this detail a mystery, and it was clear she valued that privacy. Throughout her pregnancy, though, Pickle remained as active as ever. She wasn't one to sit idly by, even during such a life-changing time. Whether it was hunting, gardening, or fishing, she took on a variety of tasks to keep herself busy and to maintain her connection to the outdoors. Just a few weeks before she passed away, she was caught on camera fishing, demonstrating that her passion for nature and the swamp never wavered, even during her pregnancy. Fans could see her continuing to rake leaves, harvest vegetables from her yard, and even running through the flower fields with her son. Her dedication to staying active, even in the midst of pregnancy, was an inspiration to her followers. Then, on the 21st of September 2024, Pickle made a surprise announcement that sent shockwaves through the Swamp People community. On that day, she walked down the aisle to marry her long-term partner, Joshua Kippies. The wedding, which was later televised in Season 16, Episode 8 of Swamp People, was dubbed Gators, Guns, and a Wedding. The union had already been announced on September 25th via a Facebook post where Pickle shared her joy with the world. "I finally put a tag on my best friend. I love you, Joshua." The wedding marked a new chapter for Pickle, one that centered her personal life for the first time in a long while. As the full moon rose over the Louisiana bayou, both gator hunting and wedding planning merged to create a truly unforgettable experience for Pickle and Josh. While the episode was filled with emotional moments, it also had its fair share of action, staying true to the spirit of the show. In the lead-up to the big day, viewers saw veteran hunter Troy Landry racing to tag his gators alongside his son, Chase, while also preparing for the wedding. It was clear that the event meant a great deal to Troy, who had played such a significant role in Pickle's life. The ceremony itself was deeply moving. Troy Landry, who had always considered Pickle as part of his family, officiated the wedding. In a moment of genuine emotion, Troy referred to Pickle as the daughter he never had. "She was just as pretty could be. She was beautiful," he said. His words were a testament to the bond they shared and to the years of friendship and love that had shaped Pickle's journey. Interestingly, the man who had been expected to be Pickle's father-in-law ended up officiating the ceremony, making it even more poignant. Before Pickle and Josh's relationship, Pickle had been romantically involved with Chase Landry. They had made their relationship public in October 2020, but the exact reasons for their breakup remained unclear. Despite that, the focus shifted to Pickle's marriage to Josh, and it was clear that the union was one that brought her true happiness. The wedding was held on the Belle River, and Pickle couldn't have been more excited about it. "To get married here on the Belle River is just worth gold to me," she said. "My daddy gets to walk me down the aisle, and Mr. Troy gets to say the words so that I couldn't ask for anything better. I hope not everyone cries as much as I'm going to cry." Walking down the aisle with her father, Pickle wore a beautiful white strapless gown with a flowing train, pearls around her neck, and her brown hair softly curled, adorned with a lace bow. The sight of her in that gown, walking down the aisle to marry the love of her life, was one of the most emotional moments for Swamp People fans. As Troy Landry officiated the ceremony, he read the vows that Pickle herself had written. She had chosen to write them without any improvisation, making the moment all the more special. These vows were meant to seal the commitment she and Josh had made to one another. After reading the vows, Troy turned to Joshua and offered him a piece of advice. "I just hope Joshua is prepared for the challenge he has ahead." The audience's response was a mixture of laughter and tears, and it was clear that everyone present was proud of the newlywed couple. Then came the moment that had been building up throughout the ceremony. Troy Landry, with a twinkle in his eye, declared, "Joshua, you may tag your tree shaker." The crowd erupted in cheers, and it was a moment of light-hearted joy that captured the essence of the couple's relationship. Emotions ran high as Pickle and Joshua exchanged their vows, and the crowd responded with heartfelt applause. For his closing remarks, Troy decided to offer a prayer. "I hope it lasts forever." The ceremony, though action-packed, was filled with moments of sincerity and emotion. It wasn't just about the wedding, it was about the deep bond that had developed between Pickle, Josh, and the Landry family. The decision to air the wedding episode was a way for Pickle and Josh to relive that special day whenever they wanted, and for their fans to share in that joy. Pickle later shared on Instagram, "I love you, Joshua, and I can't wait to watch it with you, babe." As expected, once the episode aired, fans flooded social media with messages of love, congratulations, and well wishes for the newlyweds. Pickle had grown so much since her early days on Swamp People, and her fans had watched her transform from Pee-wee to Pickle, from a young woman to a loving wife and mother. One comment read, "We've watched her grow from Pee-wee to Pickle, from a young woman to a side and mom. I'm so happy for her." Others focused on Troy's words during the ceremony, calling it nothing short of beautiful. Joshua Kippies, though a private person, had allowed the wedding to be filmed and shared with the world. Despite his preference for privacy, the decision to publicly air the ceremony showed just how much they both valued that moment. Known as Josh, he had been identified as an emergency medical technician with a child from a previous relationship. His social profile remained low, with a private Instagram account that only featured a profile picture of himself, Pickle, and his son. Pickle and Josh's relationship had begun in November 2022, and rumors started to circulate once they announced their pregnancy. After Pickle shared the news, they began spending more quality time together outdoors, where Pickle felt most at home. Just a month after their wedding, Pickle revealed another pregnancy, which would be their third child. They were already parents to Miami, a girl they had been raising since 2023, and Joshua's son from his previous relationship. Pickle shared the news of her pregnancy in a video while hunting, as she always does. In the video, she humorously commented on how difficult it was to find maternity hunting clothes, joking about her baby bump and how her previous season's attire no longer fit. Scammers be like, 34 weeks pregnant, still looking for a good man. when in reality, an unwavering commitment to her family and her roots. From her early days on Swamp People to her marriage to Josh and the birth of their children, Pickle has remained a relatable and inspiring figure. Her fans have followed her journey every step of the way, and they continue to support her as she navigates the ups and downs of life in the swamp. Whether hunting alligators, raising children, or simply embracing the challenges that come her way, Pickle Wheat proves that strength, humor, and authenticity are the keys to overcoming any obstacle. Cheyenne Pickle Wheat, a beloved star of Swamp People, is known for her fearlessness in the swamps, whether it's hunting gators or facing down wild creatures. But there's one thing that terrifies her: heights. It's no secret that Pickle has a phobia of heights, a fear that most people can relate to. When the opportunity arose for her to fly in a helicopter across the Everglades, she was hesitant, and it's easy to see why. The idea of flying in a chopper over the vast, wild swamps seemed like an entirely different kind of challenge, one that Pickle wasn't sure she was ready for. After all, the helicopter wasn't just flying over the swamp, it was going to cover a large distance, which added an element of danger she wasn't used to facing. Pickle's reluctance to fly in a helicopter was understandable. She had always been a fearless swamper, but this was a whole new level of discomfort. For someone with a fear of heights, sitting in a helicopter 100 feet or more above the ground was a daunting prospect. The idea of flying, let alone flying for several miles, was a situation outside of her usual comfort zone. Yet Pickle was known for facing fears head-on when it came to the swamp, and this moment was no different. Her resolve wavered when Cody Fortier, the helicopter pilot, reassured her with his experience. Having flown the craft for over 6,000 hours without a single crash, Cody gave her the confidence she needed to take the leap, quite literally. Cody then successfully flew Pickle and Troy Landry to a jungle area believed to harbor even more pythons. After hovering above the dense jungle for a while, the helicopter finally landed, and both Troy and Pickle disembarked to continue their hunt on foot. As always, Pickle's instincts were sharp. She and Troy found their first snake, but the journey wasn't over yet. After capturing the python, Pickle sent up smoke signals to help Cody pinpoint their location, guiding the helicopter back to them so they could return to the air. The teamwork between Pickle, Troy, and Cody proved just how well they functioned together in the swamp. Despite the challenge of facing her fear of heights, Pickle's resolve remained strong, and she conquered yet another obstacle. Though Pickle has become well known for her remarkable hunting abilities and unrelenting spirit, there has been one disturbing and entirely false rumor that has surfaced in recent times. A rumor about a shocking discovery made in her truck. This headline has made its rounds on fan speculation pages, low-quality clickbait sites, and social media platforms that thrive on sensationalized content. What's most misleading about this story is that it has been so widely circulated, even though it's completely fabricated. The story suggests that something criminal, shocking, or disturbing was found in the trunk of Pickle's vehicle, an accusation that, as we'll see, is nothing more than fiction. As often happens with public figures like Pickle, the desire for drama and scandal drives many to create stories that are far removed from reality. This was particularly true when rumors about Pickle's truck discovery began circulating. These unverified rumors were amplified by social media, where people are quick to latch onto anything that might suggest a scandal or wrongdoing. The problem was that the original context, the actual event, was being distorted to create a more sensational story. Many fans, unable to distinguish between Swamp People and its spin-offs, found themselves caught up in this narrative, not realizing that the entire situation was a misunderstanding. In reality, the only verified discovery involving Pickle that shocked her fans was the unearthing of human remains during an expedition in the Louisiana swamps. This discovery occurred during an episode of Swamp Mysteries with Troy Landry, not Swamp People, and it wasn't related to anything found in her truck. The episode, titled Buried Secrets, took Pickle and Troy on an archaeological journey through the swamps to explore evidence of a lost Native American civilization. What they discovered was far more significant than anything that could have been found in her vehicle. Human bones, including a jawbone, fragments of a skull, and other body parts, were uncovered, providing a glimpse into the region's ancient past. The confusion began when fans mistakenly associated the discovery of these remains with the idea that something incriminating had been found in Pickle's truck. This was a case of misinformation spreading through unverified sources, and it's important to clear the air. The bones were discovered during an archaeological investigation, not in Pickle's car, and the rumors that have circulated online are nothing more than a distortion of the facts. The original event, which was aired on Swamp Mysteries, was handled with the utmost respect and care, as it was part of an important archaeological study, not a scandalous discovery. The rise of the Pickle Wheat truck discovery rumor is a prime example of how misinformation spreads on social media. As soon as the initial confusion started, it was picked up by fans eager to speculate and sensationalize the situation. Bloggers, content creators, and online forums took the basic facts of the episode and twisted them to fit a more dramatic narrative. This is how the discovery in Pickle's truck took on a life of its own, morphing from a real historical moment into a completely fabricated story. When examined carefully, the timeline and events make it clear that there was no truth to the rumors about Pickle's truck. The discovery of human remains, which was part of Swamp Mysteries, occurred outdoors, in the swamp itself, during a legitimate archaeological dig. There is no credible source, be it news outlets, interviews, blog posts, or podcasts, that supports the idea that anything incriminating was found in her truck. The only evidence that fits the tone of the rumors comes from a completely different show and event. It's important to remember that the discovery of the human bones was part of a carefully documented archaeological investigation conducted with respect for the remains and their historical significance. The rumors that have swirled around Pickle Wheat and her supposed truck discovery are nothing more than a twisted retelling of a very real televised event from Swamp Mysteries with Troy Landry. The human bones discovered in the Louisiana swamp were of great historical value, offering insights into the burial practices and culture of Native American civilizations that once inhabited the region. This discovery was made with professional oversight and documented in a way that respected the significance of the find. Unfortunately, as often happens with sensationalized stories, the facts became muddled once they reached social media. The original event, which was handled with respect and accuracy, was distorted as it spread through unverified sources. Bloggers, eager for clicks and attention, reshaped the narrative to fit their preferred storyline, amplifying speculation far beyond what was grounded in truth. This is how a simple, respectful discovery of human remains turned into a false story about Pickle Wheat's vehicle. The confusion and misinformation that followed have left many fans unsure of what actually happened and whether there was any real cause for concern. To set the record straight, there was no wrongdoing, no criminal activity, and no hidden scandal associated with Pickle Wheat's vehicle. The story that circulated was a result of speculation, hearsay, and the desire for a more dramatic tale. The truth is that the human remains discovered during the Swamp Mysteries expedition were part of a legitimate archaeological effort that contributed to our understanding of the region's early inhabitants. Now that the facts have been clarified, it's time to put the rumors to rest once and for all. The so-called Pickle Wheat truck discovery was nothing more than a fabrication, a product of online imagination and distortion. The real discovery, the one that had real historical significance, occurred in the Louisiana swamp, not in Pickle's truck. The discovery of the human bones was handled with care and respect, conducted by professionals who followed proper archaeological protocols. Far from the sensationalized stories that have been circulated by certain bloggers and content creators, the event provided valuable insights into the region's ancient past. It shed light on burial practices and cultural traditions, enriching the historical record and offering the public a deeper understanding of those who lived in the area long before us. With the facts now cleared up, we can return to focusing on the real significance of the discovery. Pickle Wheat has always been a dedicated and fearless member of the Swamp People family, and her work in the swamps continues to inspire fans. The episode featuring the human bone discovery was a pivotal moment in swamp mysteries, and it contributed meaningfully to the historical and scientific understanding of the region. As for the false rumors surrounding Pickle's truck, it's time to lay them to rest and focus on the real story behind the discovery in the swamps. Pickle Wheat's journey, both on and off screen, has been one of growth, perseverance, and unwavering commitment. Whether she's facing her fears in a helicopter, raising her children, or making important discoveries in the swamp, she continues to inspire fans with her authenticity and strength. Let's put the rumors to bed and focus on the truth, the real discoveries, the real moments, and the real Pickle Wheat.